We're watching a very high-class player.
This is when you know everybody is at his best.
Good morning from sunny South Africa. It's the 16th of December, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a fantastic December. It's almost the end of another year. Christmas time, as you see in the background this side, our Christmas tree is up and we're ready for the festivities that's lined up over the next 2 weeks. The kids are very excited. They're going to be getting presents as per usual over Christmas time. But all in all, just very excited. And on that side, you see the ocean here. I'm in a little coastal town on the Garden Route area of South Africa on the eastern coast. Absolutely beautiful, and it's just the best way to spend a family holiday. It doesn't get any more special than that. Lots happened in the cricketing world as well. South Africa and India tied that T20 series, 1-1. India having a fantastic way to finish it off there in that final T20. Really doing well. There was the first one that was rained out, as we all know. Durban disappointing, as Durban often does. There's always a little bit of rain around in Durban this time of the year. I've sat on the side of the field many times throughout my career at Kingsmead and waiting for the rain to clear. Also cost us a big World Cup match back in the day in 2003, where the rain really confused some of our players, and we ended up losing a game, I think, by 1 run. When Mark Boucher was out there batting, they thought they needed 1 to be safe, but ultimately it was 2 runs. Anyway, that's a bit of history on Durban for you. Then the second T20, South Africa coming out on top. Once again, a rain-affected match, but this one played at Geberga. That's how you pronounce that. It's the new name for Port Elizabeth, also on the eastern coast of South Africa. That was played on the 12th of December. India getting 180 for 7 that I thought was a decent target, maybe 10 short, if they had to be honest with themselves. And then the shortened game down to 15 overs, and South Africa playing really well. Aiden Markram scoring some runs there and guiding his team home. Just a fantastic effort from South Africa. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. But ultimately, South Africa getting out on top there in the Duckworth-Lewis method and going 1-0 up. But that was not the end of it. India had something to say about that, going to Johannesburg for the final one at the Wanderers, the famous bull ring. And there you see it, Surya Kumar Yadav, Mr. 360, as they say, which I'm very sad about that he's stealing my nickname. He's just a wonderful player, scoring a fantastic 100 of 56 balls at the bull ring. He was helped by Yashasvi Jaiswal, and I'm very happy for Jaiswal that he got some runs. I thought he was a bit nervous in his first match that I saw him walking out to bat, and he just looked more comfortable here in Johannesburg. Nice bouncy wicket, and the two of them really putting South Africa under pressure, getting India to 201 for 7. Not a lot of other guys chipped in. Maybe Rinku Singh helped a little bit there, but ultimately it was all about Sky, and he's just a wonderful player. I love watching this man bat. I think we need to change his bat to a 360 bat. I'll work on that, and then we can be in partnership, so we don't have to argue who is the real Mr. 360. I'll design a cricket bat, and then I'll get Sky to bat with it. Top run scorers, then Sky, top of that list. He loves playing T20 cricket, and he's absolutely fantastic. In that format, Rinku Singh, 82, Yashasvi Jaiswal, 60, and the top wicket takers there, Kuldeep Yadav with 6, Gerald Coetzee and Mukesh Kumar. India pretty much dominating the stats. I mean, if you're going to get a batter scoring 100, you're always going to be on top of that list. So congrats to him, and well played, India. 1-1. I thought South Africa didn't play badly. Just had that one stumble with the bat in hand, and Kuldeep Yadav getting 5 wickets in that second or that last T20, which you don't very often see, especially in South Africa, as for a spinner, and it shows you the class of the man. He turns the ball both ways. He loves having the ball in hand, and he certainly proved to everyone what he's capable of on a good wicket in South Africa that didn't turn a lot. So well played, Kuldeep Yadav. Just showed all his skill there. Moving on then. For the ODI series coming up starting tomorrow, and that's where I've got my pink jersey on. I'm ready for the pink day tomorrow. in support of breast cancer, which is a fantastic initiative. In that Pink Day always happens at the Bull Ring in Johannesburg on the 17th of December. It's a 1:30 p.m. start for us over here in South Africa. That will be, where's that? It's like 5 o'clock in India, if I'm not mistaken, 5 o'clock IST. Then the second one, Tuesday 19th, it's a jam-packed schedule this, and the 21st, once again, another ODI. Those two will be in Gqeberha and Paarl. So Port Elizabeth and Paarl for the last 2 day-nighters. The one tomorrow will be a day game, predominantly played during daytime. It's all to play for the Deepak Chahar, I see, will be out for the series. I think he's picked up an injury, I'm not sure, but I did see Chahar unavailable for ODIs. Other than that, they'll be ready. In other news, for that test series coming up after this one, it seems like there's a big blow for India in Mohammad Shami not being available. They will miss him, that's for sure. But we're looking forward to this ODI series. In particular, I'm looking forward to the test series. I absolutely can't wait. I think the Indian squad coming over here is incredibly strong. I think this ODI series will still be closely fought, but I do feel South Africa have the home advantage going into that test series, but I feel the Indian test squad looks a little bit stronger. So it's going to be a very intriguing series. Moving on then to the next one. Big news from the Mumbai Indians camp. We have a new captain, Captain Pandya. Hardik Pandya taking over the reins from Rohit Sharma. I think there will be a lot of people happy about it, a lot of people upset about it. I'd actually read a post where the Mumbai Indians social platform lost 1 million followers, something along those lines. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but obviously some of the people took it a bit personally with Rohit having to move on and make place for Hardik. But it is what it is, and I don't think it's a bad move for Mumbai Indians. Something new. Rohit has had fantastic success over the years, winning a lot of trophies. Maybe being captain for India puts a lot of pressure on him as well. And now it's maybe just time for him to settle a bit and just to play and enjoy the game, and give the pressure and the heat of making tough decisions under pressure to someone else. That could be the reason. I don't think it would go any deeper than that. I don't think Hardik would have come in with a dominating mentality saying like, I'm not playing if I'm not captain. I don't think it went along those lines. I really do think Rohit just made a strategic decision for himself to get himself a bit better rested and fresher for his batting skills, and to make sure that he scores runs. Maybe that was the thinking. But yes, nonetheless, Hardik is captain for the Mumbai Indians. And that's the news. I would like to hear what you guys think about that. So please post your thoughts in the descriptions box. And let me know what you think of Hardik as captain. Also, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. I'm over here on holiday and I would like to stay in touch with you guys. Let's not lose focus now. There's a lot of cricket to be focusing on over the next few weeks. A lot of big games coming up. And I feel we need to discuss that. But please post your questions down below. I would like to know what you think about the series between South Africa and India. I also like to know what you guys think of Hardik as captain. And last but not least, there's a big auction coming up. That is the big news that we're also going to be discussing today. The teams are all ready, coaching staff, the men who make the decisions are ready to pull out the big dollars for the big players. And that'll be happening very, very soon over the next few days. That'll become hype. You'll see the hype everywhere on social media. And it's going to be interesting to see what the people decide on. I know there's a lot of talk about Mitchell Starc. Where is he going to end up on? We know that he's played for RCB in the past. Maybe we see him there again. That's the left arm bowler from Australia, the fast left arm bowler. On that note, let's throw on some teams then. Let's have a look at CSK first. I would quickly just ask my backroom team to give me some information while we wait. But keep sending your questions in down below in the descriptions box. And then we'll put up the first team here, and that's CSK. As you can see there, MS Dhoni is still there. We were all so worried about him moving on. But the important part here is look at the right-hand column there, salary cap available, 31.4 crores. They have 6 available slots, of which 3 will be for overseas players. So nicely balanced and a nice stack of cash over there to spend in this auction. When I look at the squad, it's fairly good, well balanced already. They look all right in the all-rounders department. Also, some really good fast bowlers there, and the batters look fairly good. They might need another batter, I think, up top of the order, top 5 at least. Someone with a bit of experience who can bat alongside Devon Conway and Ruturaj Gaikwad and Rahane, who's very well experienced, but maybe one more, or just a nice flashy youngster who can hit a lot of boundaries. But generally playing at CSK, at the Chepauk, you need smart players. The experienced guys are the guys who do well for you there. CSK have a lot of experience and they know exactly how to play there. So if you put a batter in there, someone who is, I would say, like a workhorse, a very smart cricketer who understands slow wickets, understand how to absorb pressure and then hand it out later. So let's see what they do there. And then possibly they will go for another fast bowler, try and find a good gem, because I think they have a lot of spinners, Moeen Ali, Mitch Santner, and Jadu. 3 spinners already. Maybe they need a X-factor spinner, someone who can turn it both ways. We'll see what they come up with. I'm not sure. Dikshana's also there. Sorry, I see his name. So then are they really fine in the spin department? I feel they'll maybe focus on a couple of seam bowlers and 1 or 2 batters. We'll see what they come up with there. But once again, a fairly good squad, and you'll see these guys feature to the back end of the tournament once again. They just somehow always find a way. But that's it from CSK. Post your questions below. What you guys think of the Chennai Super Kings, the Kings who are the defending champions, who just seem to always find a way to lift that trophy alongside with Mumbai. It's always the 2 of them that seem to have a good chance to win the tournament. And as I take a question, Daryl Mitchell in place of Ben Stokes, perhaps. Yeah, fair point. I won't disagree with that. Daryl Mitchell is a batter who's a bit more conservative. He doesn't really have that huge power game, but he's very smart. He works the ball around, and they have 3 slots available for overseas players in the CSK camp. He's a good name for that lineup. I think someone who can bat smartly on the Chepauk wicket and who can control that middle overs. Very good call. Maybe they do need a power hitter at number 6 or 7. Jadu's obviously there, but I think they might be lacking someone who has got a bit of power and can clear the boundary. That's one area where I think they will be focusing on. All right, moving on to the next question then. Maybe Shah Rukh Khan as well, that pops into my mind, just quickly alongside with that Daryl Mitchell conversation just now. I think Shah Rukh Khan was released, and he's a guy that might be a really good fit, someone who can really hit the ball hard, come in like at 5 or 6, and just battle around someone like a Jadu, who just works the ball around and try and get some boundaries. That is a good call, I think. But let's see what they get up to. The auction is around the corner. All the teams are ready to roll, and we'll be covering more teams. Coetzee for CSK, perhaps, is the next question. Yeah, Gerald Coetzee is a good bowler. He plays for the Johannesburg Super Kings over here in the SA20 tournament. So it would make sense for them to keep him in the system. He's an outright wicket taker. He loves picking up wickets. And I think he will work really well with someone like MS Dhoni. I think it'll boast really well for his bowling. He hits the deck hard. He goes wicket to wicket, and he picks up a lot of wickets. So maybe he is a good pick. I like the names that you guys put up here. Daryl Mitchell, Gerald Coetzee. Maybe that happens. I think Pat Cummins also, Krishnendu. I don't see Pat Cummins go to CSK, but you never know. Let's see. They might decide to go for him. He's been a little bit on the expensive side in the IPL over the last few years. I don't think T20 is his strongest suit. He's more of an ODI and test bowler. But I mean, he's got all the credentials. He knows what he's doing with the ball. That's for sure. Pat Cummins. He's currently busy playing in that test series against Pakistan, and I watched him bowl yesterday. He's a fantastic bowler. I can't see him going to CSK, but let's see. Anything can happen in those auctions, right? Moving on to the next one then. Saresh with Surya and Bumrah, who have been with Mumbai Indians for so long. Why not trust them and give them the captaincy? We have seen how well Surya is leading India. Well, to be fair to Hardik, he's also been at Mumbai for a long, long time. He was always a Mumbai boy, played for them from the start of the IPL. He was with them when they lifted some trophies. So I get your point. Surya and Bumrah sort of stayed loyal to the brand, if you want to say that, when Hardik decided to move on. But he's back, and I think, I think I find it quite strange that the reaction was pretty negative, and that the Mumbai Indians social platform lost like 1 million followers, and people are upset. You should be happy about him coming back. I know he played 2 IPL seasons at the Gujarat Titans, won a trophy there, made the final in another, and now he wants to come back. He wants to come back as a more experienced player, a more experienced captain. So I think give the guy a bit of a boost. Welcome him back in the Mumbai Indians camp, and I'm pretty sure if he lifts that trophy with the rest of the team, you guys are not going to have a problem with that. All right. I would like to see if we can do a poll if you guys agree with the Hardik decision. Should Hardik have come back to Mumbai Indians, or should he have stayed at Gujarat Titans? Have a look at the poll below in the descriptions box, and you guys will find it there. All right. I'm ready for the next move. Mumbai Indians squad next, and now we'll be talking about the Mumbai Indians. So might as well cover their squad and have a look at Hardik and his troops for this upcoming season. So if AJ there in the background can pop it up, here it is. It's coming now. Takes a bit long, sorry about that. So Rohit Sharma there, Devil Brevis, I love seeing his name there still. I was so worried that Team Mumbai would start panicking a bit and start getting rid of some of the youngsters. But look at this talented squad. Ishan Kishan, Tilak Varma, Tim David, Vishnu Vino, Vinod, Arjun Tendulkar, then the all-rounders, Romario Shepherd, he hits a ball a country mile. I watched him bat the other night, and he hits the ball far. So it's a very nice trade. Shams Mulani, I don't know him very well. Nehal Vadhera, I know, left-hand batter. Hardik Pandya, the captain, there's the man of the moment, and that's it. I think that's a fantastic team with your bowlers on the right there: Bumrah, Kartikeya, Piyush Chawla, Berendorf, Akash, Madhwal. I'm pretty sure they'll be focusing in that department with their 8 slots left, of which 4 is overseas. But that salary cap, 17.75, they would have loved to have that at 25. But they got to work with what they have, and I think they need a couple of bowlers, particularly fast bowlers. So we'll see if they can find 1 or 2, maybe 1 spinner. We'll see what the plans are. But that's where I'll be focusing on. This batting lineup looks fantastic, and I really hope they find a way to give Devil Brevis a bit of game time this time around in this IPL. That's what this youngster needs. He needs someone to tell him, you know what, you're going to start. You will play the first 10 games at least. We'll reassess there. But all I want you to do is go and score runs. Learn your trade. Get used to the IPL and just go and score runs. And I think up the order with Rohit Sharma, with Surya at 3 or Ishan at 3, Surya at 4, I think would be absolutely fantastic, because Brevis is a wonderful top 3 batter. So there's your squad for the Mumbai Indians. I'm very happy with what I see there. I think they're a very dangerous team, and you should see them at the back end of the tournament. Even though they lost Cam Green in that trade to RCB, I still think they have a wonderful side here. They got Hardik Pandya back in place of Cameron Green, so it's almost a straight swap. They offer you similar things, and Hardik is going to captain. So yes, it's going to be very interesting to see how Hardik takes it, and is he going to have that same kind of bravado that he had for Gujarat Titans? A bit of attitude, very cool, got his glasses on. Or is he going to be the old Hardik that he used to be at Mumbai Indians? He was more of a youngster then. He just loved playing the game, focused a lot on his bowling, and was in the batters' faces. Are we going to see more of that? But I'm looking forward to watching him captain Mumbai Indians, and I think a quick word on Rohit, just fantastic. While he was captain for Mumbai Indians, he won so many trophies, and he was such a successful captain. And all the Mumbai Indian fans can be proud of him. All right. Alvin, do you think this is going to be the last season for Rohit Sharma? I can't say. I can't speak on behalf of him. I do think he's got more seasons in him, and I'm not sure what he will be doing if he's finished. But maybe he just plays T20s for another 2 or 3 years. If you don't play test matches and ODIs, and you step away from international cricket, it gives you a bit of time just to enjoy the IPL for 2 or 3 years before you move on. So maybe that phase is still coming. maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, you'll start saying he just wants to taper down a bit. I'm not sure. But I do think we'll see Rohit for a few more years. I don't think it will be his last IPL. I think IPL will be the last thing that he will let go, because it's only 2 months of the year. It's at home for him in India. It's cricket that he enjoys. It's quick, it's fast, and it's exciting. So I do think that's the last thing that he will let go. And most players probably think along those lines. You finish everything else, and then you have 2 or 3 years of fun at the IPL, where you don't play a lot of cricket throughout the year, and it's just a way of finishing on a high note. Thanks for that question. We'll see what Rohit decides. Hopefully we do see him and Virat at next year's T20 World Cup. That's very important. Anupam, should Mumbai Indians for Keshav Maharaj or Tabraiz Shamsi to bolster their spin department? I think Keshav Maharaj deserves a chance in the IPL. He's a fantastic bowler. He really has showed throughout that ODI World Cup what he's capable of. He's as good as any of the left-hand bowlers around the world. I think of Jadeja, Santner. Maharaj is right up there, and he can hit the ball a long way. Shamsi has played before, but we'll see. I think Mumbai Indians definitely need a spinner or two. I'm not sure who they'll be going for. I think they want possibly a local spinner as well. But yes, Keshav and Tabraiz have good reason to think that some of these IPL teams will be interested in them. I will be covering some of that auction as well. And it's going to be interesting to see what the teams come up with. It's always a bit of a lottery or a gamble watching those auctions. You'd never know what's going to come next. Some guys go for a lot of money. Then some really good players go for a lot less. It's a bit of a gamble. There's no right formula. You just got to think in your feet at that moment and of time and try and make good calls for your franchise. So good luck to all the teams going through that auction. It's going to be one heck of a one. Sky is the most destructive batsman of all time. His strike rate and consistency is unbelievable. You can say that again. In T20 cricket, must I add. He's been struggling in the ODIs and the longer forms of the game for some very weird reason, because I think this guy can play all the formats. And I would love to talk to him one day about batting and where are the areas in ODIs and 4 and 5 day cricket that he struggles with. And is it maybe a mental thing? Maybe he overthinks it. I'm not too sure. But when you watch him play T20 cricket, he looks absolutely at home and so good. He's got all the shots in the book. He makes it look easy. It doesn't matter where he plays, whether it's in South Africa, Australia, in England or India. He's just always finding a way to score runs in T20 cricket. The thing is about him, he just keeps it simple as well. It looks very complicated. And I also mentioned that while I was playing, everyone was telling me, you missed a 360. How do you do it? And I said, actually, you don't know it, but I've been trying to keep it simple out there. And I feel Sky does the same. There's not a lot of movements. His head's very still. Even when he plays his lap shots or his scoops, you can see there's clear thinking behind it and very simple thinking and smart thinking. So I just think he makes really good decisions at the crease. And obviously he's got the shots and the talent that goes with it. But a fantastic intensity. And that's maybe, I'm speaking under correction, maybe the one area that lacks in the ODI format, where it's a lot easier to have this intensity and energy while batting in T20s because you don't have time. So we could possibly, something that can work for him is to have the same kind of mindset for T20s than ODIs. Go in, tell yourself, I don't have a lot of time. I have to have a lot of energy and intensity. I have to be on my toes and move. Maybe that's the one thing that lacks, where he looks at an ODI scorecard and he sees, there's still 42 overs left in this game and I'm batting. How am I going to be there at the end? And maybe he loses a bit of energy in his movements and energy in his mind and just loses that momentum in a way. It might be one of the things. All right, let's quickly move on to RCB then. Let's have a look at what they are dealt with for this upcoming auction. We know Andy Flower is there, Faf du Plessis, Virat Kohli, and these guys would have been chatting for the last while, trying to get the squad ready and trying to make sure that they're ready for this big auction coming up. So here's Team RCB then. It's going to pop up now. There it is. The salary cap is crucial. It's not a bad number there, 23.25 crores. Available overall slots, 6 players and 3 overseas slots available, which is good. I think there's a very nice balance just reading the numbers there. But there's your team. Faf, obviously captain. They've decided to stay with Danish Kartik, the experienced campaigner, alongside with Glenn Maxwell. They will finish the games for the team. Mayank Dagar was traded into the side. Will Jacks, I think we will see a lot more of this season. I think he was underused last season. He's a wonderful player and can win you games up the order. And then Suyash is there, Anuj, Virat, and Rajat as well. Great local batters, all very, very handy with batting. And obviously Virat's in the form of his life again. And that'll boast well for Team RCB. Your all-rounders already mentioned. Glenn Maxwell will certainly bowl you some overs. Lomror, left armour. Karan Sharma, the leggy. Manoj, also there. Cameron Green was traded. And there your fast bowlers, Akashdeep, Mohammad Siraj, Topley, Sharma, Chaudhary, and Vijay Kumar. So they have options. I think they need 1 or 2 X-Factor players. And that's where that 23.25 crores will be going to. I would, if I was them, I would look for an X-Factor spinner, X-Factor fast bowler. And maybe you can nibble at a good batsman. But I do think that batting lineup looks pretty set to me. If you wanted to get another big hitter to bat alongside Danish and Glenn Maxwell at the end. But other than that, I think an X-Factor fast bowler is crucial. After losing Hazelwood, we know they lost Hazelwood. And then I see in the post, RCB, me Stark, Ayega, K, tell me. I think that means RCB, me Stark, Ayega, K, tell me. Yeah, I don't know, sorry. Struggling to read in India. Well, what about RCB? What about Stark for RCB? That's a good question. He's played there before. He has said before that it's a franchise he really enjoys playing at. Hopefully, we'll have enough money in the bank to throw some dollars to Mitchell Stark. He looks fit. We watched him bowl and get some wickets yesterday in that test series. He looks ready to roll. So it would be fantastic. But that's the kind of X-Factor fast bowler you do need at the Chinnaswamy. You can't come with someone just bowling a little medium pace, dibbly-dobblers, and hope you're going to get away with it. You need X-Factor, someone who can unravel the feathers of the batters, make them jump around a bit, have a bit of reverse swing at the end, and who's experienced and smart. And Mitchell Stark is certainly that. So yes, I do think that's a good idea. But all in all, the RCB team look fairly balanced, and they have a good amount in that bank account to dabble around with. Which foreign pacer RCB should target in this auction? What about Gerald Coetzee? That might be someone that's on their radar. I know Faf has played with him before, so also at Joburg Super Kings, who Francois du Plessis plays for. Gerald Coetzee is also there, and Faf captain him there. So maybe it is something to look at. And I still think Mitchell Stark is a nice pick for Chinnaswamy. Left-hander, he gets it to skid on nice and low. I just think you need an X-Factor player who's tough to hit for sixes, and I think Starkey is harder than Gerald Coetzee in that regard, where Gerald's a bit more over the top, tries to get a bit of bounce, but with bounce it creates freedom, and a lot of long balls can be hit. It reminds me a bit of some of my South African friends. He's called Hardik, and he played over there as well against us, and he had a very similar action, nice and high, hitting the deck, but that always it allows you to get under the ball, which makes it very easy at the Chinnaswamy. Where Starkey, I feel, will be more skiddy. You'll get a bit of swing and maybe a bit of reverse swing at the end. So there you go. But I think both of them will be spoken about. We'll see what RCB comes up with. I'm going to take one more question, guys, and then I'm going to have to shut it down for this week's 360 Live. It was great having fun with you. Subscribe to that channel, and I still need the poll results. So if you guys can maybe just share with me the poll results, we'll put that up now. Ask you guys if Hardik was a good move going to to Mumbai Indians or not. We'll see about that. But if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and I'll keep you guys in the loop on my social platforms. That is X, Facebook, and Instagram, on what I will be up to over the next week. Obviously do a show next week at some stage, and also that live one, and I'm sure the auction will be done by then, so it's going to be great to see what the guys got up to. So 57% of you said no. Is that correct? 57% of you said no, it's not a good move for Hardik to go back to Mumbai Indians. 31% said good move to go to Mumbai Indians, and 11% of you were not sure, sitting on the fence. So, wow, you guys have spoken. Most people are not happy with Hardik coming back to Mumbai Indians. I'm not sure why. He's won a trophy 2 years back. Last year was in the final. He's in good form. He seems to be a good captain. Maybe he brings more trophies to Mumbai Indians. Maybe he had to go and spread his wings to get experience so he can bring back all of that to Mumbai Indians. Maybe this was his plan all along. Who knows? But anyway. Sorry, the question, I just got it a little bit wrong. It's actually if Hardik should be the new captain, not about Hardik coming back. But you guys know what I mean. I've seen a lot of backlash on Hardik just coming back and also being captain. So all of you Mumbai Indian fans unhappy about that. I'm really sorry about that. I don't think it's a bad move. Take a little bit of pressure off Rohit. Let him enjoy. Let him help Hardik through some tough decisions he needs to make. And then you can go from there. AB in pink jersey. Yes, it is the pink day tomorrow at the Bull Ring. It will be the 17th of December. I have very fond memories playing in this jersey. I thought I'll just bring it out. Let's just see if my name is still on there. Yeah, it's all still on there. I still fit it, which is nice. It actually feels pretty loose, which tells me I've lost a little bit of weight. I'm on the right track. But unfortunately, the beard's going grey. So I'm losing weight, but the beard's going grey. That's not nice. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Also watch that pink jersey day game tomorrow between South Africa and India. It's the first ODI in Johannesburg, the Bull Ring. There will be an incredible vibe and an atmosphere, as always, at the Bull Ring. It's just no place like it. I met some Indian friends of mine yesterday who flew all the way in, about 40 of them, to come and watch the games, and they set up a meet and greet with me over here in George, where I'm on holiday. And they are super excited. They all have the pink jerseys ready, and they're going to go watch this game live tomorrow in Johannesburg. It's for a great cause for breast cancer. So a lot of funds are raised throughout the day. A lot of awareness are created, and that's even more important than the funds being raised. Is the awareness? It's letting people know of this horrible disease called cancer. And if there's awareness, people can pick it up a bit earlier, and lives will be saved ultimately. So that's what the Pink Day is all about. And I just get super excited when I put this jersey on for that great cause. But yes, maybe we should go watch that Pink Day where I batted and scored 100. Maybe I'll turn it up for the boys now that I have the jersey on. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I hope you guys are all well. And we should maybe finish off with the Rohit video. Just Rohit Sharma, very sad to be leaving as captain. And we've decided just to show you what he had to say before I say goodbye to you all. So let's have a look at the video. AJ, if you can put that up for me, please. Anytime now. I know I've put...
Let's start. I had no idea how to come back from this. The first few days, I don't know what to do. You know, my family, my friends kept me going, kept things pretty light around me, which was quite helpful. It wasn't easy to digest, but yeah, life moves on. You have to move on in life. But honestly, it was tough. It was not so easy to just move on. I've always grown up watching 50-over World Cup. And to me, that was, you know, the ultimate prize, the 50-over World Cup. So we've worked all these years, you know, for that World Cup. And it is disappointing, right? If you don't get through it and you don't get what you want, what you've been looking for all this while, what you were dreaming of, you get disappointed and you get frustrated as well at times. I thought we did everything we could from our side. If someone asked me what went wrong, because we won 10 games, and in that 10 games, yes, we made mistakes, but that mistakes happens in every game that you play. You cannot have a perfect game. You can have a near perfect game, but you cannot have a perfect game. If I look on the other side of it, I am really proud of the team as well, because how we played was simply outstanding, because you don't get to perform like that every World Cup, and I'm pretty sure at least, how we played at least up until that finals, it would have given people a lot of joy, a lot of pride watching the team play. After that finals, it was very hard to get back and start moving, which is why I decided that I need to go somewhere and just get my mind out of this. But then wherever I was, I realized that people were coming up to me and they were appreciating everyone's effort, how well we played. I mean, I feel for all of them, right? Because they all, along with us, they were dreaming of lifting that World Cup along with us. Everywhere we went during this entire World Cup campaign, there was so much support from everyone, who came to the stadium firstly, and then people who were watching it from home as well. I want to appreciate what people have done for us in that 1.5 months. But again, if I think more and more on that, I just feel quite disappointed that we were not able to go through all the way. For me to see, people coming up to me and telling me that they were very proud of the team, made me feel really good to a certain extent. And along with them, I was healing as well, because I felt, okay, this is the kind of things that you want to hear. When you meet people, when they understand what the player must be going through, and when they know these kind of things, and not to bring out that frustration, that anger, it means a lot, for us. For me, definitely it meant a lot, because there was no anger. It was just pure love from the people that I met. And it was wonderful to see that. So, it gives you motivation to get back and start working again and look for another ultimate prize.
Yeah, that's Rohit. It shows you how much it means to players. I know your fans always sit in front of the television screens or at the grounds and you urge us on. But it's nice to see that now that you know how much emotion goes through something like this. It took me ages after the 2015 World Cup. I still don't think I'm over it. It's 8 years ago now. I still have flashes of regret, of sadness, disappointment. We were so close, but so far. We just wanted that opportunity because we knew we could beat Australia in that final. We were the team. So it felt like destiny. And all of a sudden you sit there and you realize everything is gone. Everything you've worked for since you were like 3-4 years old, all of a sudden it's just gone. So it's hard on the player, especially a captain. It's not easy to take. He talks there about healing. And that's exactly what it is. You need to almost get away from it all and try and heal because you've put so much into it. Everything feels broken in your life. But luckily we do have family, friends, diehard fans who give us love when we go through disappointing moments like that. And I thought it was a fantastic way to finish off this 360 Live, listening to Rohit there. You can hear really from the heart. You could feel that heart and that emotion. And it was just nice to see. He's going to be okay, I believe. He will get back from this. And we'll see him in that IPL and hopefully in the T20 World Cup upcoming as well. But now, again, I want to just reiterate the fact that I think it's a good move for Hardik to take over the captaincy purely for this reason. You can see how much hurt Rohit's got. Let him take his time. Let him heal. Let him just hit cricket balls and love cricket for what it is. And let Hardik take on the heat for the Mumbai Indians. So if I look at it from that angle, it's a good move. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me on 360 Live. I'll see you guys next week. Have a fantastic holiday. If you're not on holiday, have a wonderful December. Have good quality time with your family and friends. Follow me on socials at the bottom here to stay updated with my movements. And I will see you on 360 Live next week. Also subscribe to the channel there at the bottom. Hit that bell notification. And let's keep having fun on the 360 show. Have a good one. Cheers.